This week on House of Carters.
Everybody's got issues with one another. You need to get it out through her.
So when they would argue, what would you guys do?
I feel like I was responsible for the divorce. I want to rebuild my family.
Yeah.
Dad! I don't hate my dad. I just don't know what to do.
Can this family be saved? Comedian Josh Wolf is a father of 3 with 3 older brothers. Shannon Fox is a licensed psychotherapist and mother of 2. Together, they discuss and dissect primetime's most entertaining siblings. Stay tuned as E puts the Carters on the couch.
Chock full of entertainment, this one. Chock full.
Favorite episode so far?
I really don't even know where to start.
I do.
I have an idea where I'd like to start.
Well, go ahead.
The therapist. First of all, hot. Is she qualified? I have no idea.
Right.
But she definitely got a lot out of it.
She did. Yeah.
Were you surprised?
Actually, I think by this time, they're all just craving for a chance to talk without getting interrupted. And she focused on each one of them. Everybody got a time to talk. And that hasn't ever happened in their family without a moderator there.
Aaron, I understand why he's emotionally stuck where he is. He said, you know, he never really, basically said, I never experienced childhood.
I'm the only one in the family who, I didn't even see a day of high school. I didn't see proms. I didn't see any of that stuff. They put me into music right as soon as I was like 6 years old.
When fame comes in, then the child stays at the same developmental age that they were when they were sort of removed from normalcy, so to speak.
But he blamed himself for the divorce?
I feel like I was responsible for the divorce. At the end of the marriage with them, they weren't fighting over me. They were fighting for my money.
Aaron's reaction is a very typical reaction, especially from a youngest child. He had actually extra reason to blame himself because, as he says, they were fighting over his money at the end.
His dad told him his nickname was Cash Cow.
That's what your name used to be, Cash Cow.
At least they could call him ATM. That's at least a little gentler. You know what I mean?
ATM's open all night.
That's a little nicer. Come on, let's go talk to ATM. ATM's a little... No?
Sure.
And then Nick, we can see why Nick is the way he is.
For so many years, I was the provider of my family at the age of like 15, 16 and on.
We hit the nail on the head with him.
You did.
All right, well,
that's why you're
I'll take all the credit. So it's no wonder that he acts like he's in charge, and he acts like it's his responsibility to hold the family together because he was actually responsible for the family.
I really started to like Leslie in this episode.
What did you like about Leslie?
She seems like she really wants a family.
I don't think I'm too sensitive. I think I want to talk. I want to tell people. I want somebody to listen.
Well, I think Leslie is the one that actually wants to confront and work through the feelings, which is really healthy. And everybody else seems to, at least up until this point, have their ways of avoiding the emotion. BJ has had alcohol, and she's even said that she drinks because it sort of numbs her from the pain. It makes her feel better.
My parents were so focused on them, I would come home so up out of my mind, and they wouldn't even notice. I didn't do it to try to get their attention, but maybe subconsciously I was.
It was funny that the therapist said, so you thought you acted out to get their attention? She was like, no. Maybe. But
that shows how deeply buried it was.
Yes.
That she was not even conscious of it.
But Angel piggybacked her. She just basically said what BJ said. Yeah, I feel forgotten too. Like, I don't think she knows who she is.
Yeah.
I don't get a good sense of who she is.
Sometimes what happens in twin situations is that one twin becomes the dominant twin. And Aaron was groomed from the very beginning to be the dominant twin. So the way that they are in the family, Aaron talks a lot and Angel she kind of lets Aaron do the talking for both of them.
The other thing that got me about what they said, that the parents used to argue.
They would come in and they would ask us, who do you want to live with? You have to pick right now. We're divorcing. And then the next day, it was like they didn't even remember it. But we did.
What does that do to a child?
Well, I think we're seeing what it does to a child. It gives them a lot of insecurities. It doesn't teach them how to resolve any sort of conflict.
Right.
The kids tend to split between loyalty to dad and loyalty to mom. Leslie has a big issue over this. Like, I don't hate my dad, but I don't know what to do.
And then the culprit walks in the door.
Papa Carter.
Papa Carter with his wife, who's 22 years younger. Doesn't she know the money all dried up in that well?
Well, he talks like he's quite a stud, you know?
He's kind of great hair, that guy.
It's the hair.
The way Leslie reacted, because I guess she hadn't seen him in 2 years.
She didn't even know where he lived.
Say hi to Dad. See you.
What are you doing that for?
You cried for it. I haven't seen him in like 2 years.
Leslie was very resistant to
Right.
even talking to her father.
It's another reason why I like Leslie, though, because everybody else,
They buy it.
but they just like, well,
Yeah.
it's better now.
Right.
And she, you know, she walked in and BJ was like, "Dad's here." And she was like, I don't want to see him. I don't want to say to him," which is honest.
Right.
I haven't
2
seen
years
this guy in
of
2
not
years.
seeing him.
I mean, she is closer to me to being healthy than any of them because at least she's not in the denial stage.
Right.
Everybody else is like, "Oh, okay."
Well, and she's moved on to the anger stage, which does come right after denial.
Really?
Denial, anger, bitterness, which she's sort of in anger and
Right.
bitterness, depression, and then acceptance. The stages of grief.
I think this family is on the road to recovery. Deep sigh of relief. I was really worried for a while.
I think they're going to really show us that they have a happy ending.
We'll see what happens.
Don't forget to tune in to Eat every Monday night at 9 for a brand new episode of House of Carters. And check back with The Vine for more from Josh and Shannon and exclusive House of Carters clips you won't see anywhere else.
Hooray for movies.